Welcome back to my channel. If you're tired of MAGA theatrics and want real breakdowns from a Democratic perspective, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people see what really happened, not just the right-wing spin.
The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from South Carolina seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to a question of the privileges of the House and offer the resolution that was previously noticed.
The clerk will report the resolution.
House Resolution 713, whereas Charlie Kirk was a lifelong advocate for freedom of speech, civil political discourse, and the political engagement of youth, whereas Charlie Kirk was a man of deep faith, a husband, and a father of 2 young children, whereas on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on the campus of Utah Valley University while exercising his First Amendment right to freedom of speech. Whereas on September 11, 2025, one day after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar gave an interview on a Zateo town hall with Mehdi Hassan in which she smeared Charlie Kirk and implied he was to blame for his own murder. Whereas on September 12, 2025, 2 days after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar reposted a video on X, formerly known as Twitter, which disparaged the character of Charlie Kirk and those mourning his death. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X states, "Charlie Kirk is dead," and before the body got cold, the far right propped his corpse up as a cardinal for their holy war. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, "Don't be fooled. These people don't give a single shit about Charlie Kirk. They are just using his death to further their Christo-fascist agenda." Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, "Charlie Kirk was a reprehensible human being. He enacted his political agenda by preying on weak-minded people. He took complex socioeconomic issues and simplified them by pointing fingers at outgroups, demonizing those groups, and seeking his massive following on them." Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, "Charlie Kirk was a stochastic terrorist, an adamant transphobe. He denied the genocide happening in Palestine. He believed in the subjugation of women. And in his last dying words, he was spewing racist dog whistles." Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states, "Charlie Kirk was Dr. Frankenstein and his monster shot him through the neck." Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further blames Charlie Kirk for his own murder. Whereas Clause 1 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House of Representatives provides a member, delegate, resident commissioner, officer, or employee of the House shall behave at all times in a manner that shall reflect credibly on the House. And whereas Representative Ilhan Omar's actions in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk are reprehensible and affect the dignity and integrity of the proceedings of the House and do not reflect credibly on the House, now therefore be it resolved that 1. Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. 2. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. 3. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. And 4. Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee on Education and Workforce and the Committee on the Budget of the House.
The resolution qualifies. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Massachusetts seek recognition?
I have a motion at the desk, Mr.
The clerk
Speaker.
will report the motion.
Ms. Clark of Massachusetts moves to lay the resolution on the table.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentlewoman from Massachusetts. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
Mr. Speaker, I request a call of the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by an electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote. On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 213. The motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
What you just witnessed comes from a Republican-backed attempt to censure Representative Ilhan Omar and remove her from the Committee on Education and the Workforce and the Budget Committee. Republicans tried to turn a tragedy into a political weapon, and Democrats stopped it with a single, decisive vote. The story begins with House Republicans introducing a resolution accusing Ilhan Omar of violating House decorum after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The Republican member reading the resolution framed Kirk as a defender of free speech and civic engagement, then moved on to accuse Omar of smearing him and implying he was responsible for his own murder because of an interview she gave the following day. 2 days after the assassination, Omar reposted a video on X, formerly Twitter, that harshly criticized Kirk's politics and described the way far-right figures were turning his death into a rallying cry. The resolution quoted the video line by line, using someone else's commentary that Omar reposted as if it were her own statements. Republicans attempted to turn that repost into grounds for formal punishment and removal from her committees. From a Democratic perspective, it is essential to understand the difference between condoning violence and criticizing a public figure's long-standing political influence. Ilhan Omar did not celebrate Kirk's death. She condemned it and expressed sympathy for his family. At the same time, she called out the political narratives being built around him. You can mourn the loss of life and still speak truthfully about the harmful ideologies a person championed. That is not a violation of House ethics. It is political discourse. Republicans' sudden demand for civility is especially striking given their own history of tolerating and amplifying dangerous rhetoric. They have embraced members who threaten colleagues with imagery, pushed conspiracy theories that fueled January 6th, and encouraged extremist language against women, immigrants, LGBTQ people, and Muslims. Yet here they attempted to censure a progressive Muslim woman in Congress over a reposted video criticizing a conservative's political record. That is a glaring double standard. After the resolution was read, a Democratic member from Massachusetts immediately moved to table it, which would effectively kill the Republican attempt on the spot. The Speaker took a voice vote, but Republicans demanded a recorded vote to try to pressure more members. The electronic vote was held over 5 minutes. When the tally appeared, the House voted 214 to 213 to table the resolution. That ended the effort. The attempt to formally censure and punish Ilhan Omar failed. The motion to reconsider was laid on the table without objection. This matters for several reasons. It affirms that reposting criticism is not grounds for removing a member from committees. It rejects the idea that dissenting voices, especially women of color and Muslims who challenge far-right ideologies, can be silenced through procedural punishment. It also stops a dangerous precedent. If censure becomes a tool for punishing political disagreement, every progressive voice in Congress would be vulnerable to targeted retaliation. Democrats defended both free speech and fair process. They refused to allow tragedy to be manipulated into an excuse for political suppression, and they made it clear that while political disagreements will continue, collective punishment and bad faith attacks will not. If you want to know what comes next, stay informed, amplify accurate information, and support leaders who defend democratic principles rather than weaponizing grief for political gain.